Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Sir Cypher here with Let's Play Wargame Airland Battle. Looks like we have some voting the third. Looks like it's actually tied. So I'm going to cast the final vote. We don't want to have this be seen as a sign of weakness. We will repress them. Other than that, fierce storm is raging over the sea. Probably delay operations. We're not going to call in any more troops from the Leningrad Reserve, I don't think, this turn. Anyway, we don't have enough points, so this is fine. You see here all of our naval units get delayed. Fortunately, we already landed our Marine Regiment last turn, so we should be okay. Now what we can actually do is head over here to RMO, finish off this Swedish Panzer, or Swedish Panzer Brigade or whatever that attacked us last turn. We could move the Marines here into Stockholm to fight these Brits. We should probably... We can do a little aerial recon here, see what we're dealing with. The 3rd Commando Brigade, they do have 8 morale. It might actually be better for us to... It might actually be better for us to attack them with... No, we can do it. We can do it with the Marine shoots in. We will actually just drop a... air raid on them though, so we don't get pushed right off the map at the beginning. That should give us a bit of an advantage. Over here we can finally see what kind of unit this is. It is the 401st, for whatever that is. Some Swedish. It's mechanized. It only has 3 morale though. So probably we want to engage it with this Guards Motor Regiment here. We'll both have 3 morale. We'll be pretty decently tied. I don't really want to engage this French regiment with my Guards and Motors because they look kind of scary. Can investigate, see what that is. Those guys look kind of tough. I will bring these Guards Motor up here, and we'll bring the Assault Engineers here to give a little morale support. So we can send all these orders. Looks like though our movement forward has gotten interrupted. The British have landed an airborne brigade on top of our guys. Looks like they also did a naval strike as well. Their morale has gone down by 2, but I think we're still going to be okay. Because they're not going to actually have a deployment zone because they came in from the air. Now you see they can only start on this little area here. The crucial thing is that they are since they are a airborne unit, they don't really have. You'll probably notice this if you watched like my American 82nd Airborne unit in the last campaign. They're not going to have any really sort of appreciable ground-based AA. It's all pretty much designed to be called in. So we're going to have a bit of an advantage if we can prevent them from securing an air corridor. Now, because we're going to call in so many planes, we're not going to have enough points to actually post units in every zone and command vehicles, but what we can do is simply put helicopters there, which is going to prevent the enemy from getting through, from easily taking any zones. They're going to have to kill those helicopters, and that's going to be pretty hard because helicopters are tough. These are Heinz. They have missiles. It should be okay. Now, we'll get a recon helicopter over here. Probably over here. Now, they did reduce our morale by 2, which means that we actually have to get more points than them. But we are a mechanized division at pretty much full strength. We haven't really lost anything. So we are going to be holding quite a few cards in our favor here. Probably get the last helicopter. Probably get a command vehicle here. Put a command vehicle back here. Get the last hind over here. And I guess we could put another logistics vehicle like over here, just in case we have to call in. I guess I'll bring it in. I'll have it sit over here, just in case we have to call in some more air assets to prevent the ground assets to prevent the enemy from breaking through. And we'll also get another recon helicopter here to watch out. So, but the main thing is we want to stop their initial push. So it looks like we're all set up. We can go here. We want to immediately actually probably call out at least one of our Su-25s. We're going to move forward all these tanks. The enemy is almost certainly heading down this. Yep, there they are. So we're going to call in Su-25s. These are our ground attack aircraft. They have 16 missiles. They are very fearsome. They don't take no shit from anyone. They obviously are quite vulnerable because they hover over the battlefield. But the thing is it's unlikely that these guys have any appreciable anti-air because they are a airborne division, and the Su-25s are actually armored. They are quite tough. They are quite resistant to infantry. Any sort of standard infantry weapons. So they are no joke. We will come in here also. We could just straight up drop some bombs on their forward operating base. And again, we got the Hinds here ready to shoot any command vehicles that try and come down this road. As you can see here, straight up here, dropping bombs. Got the Su-25, or the Su-24, dropped a bunch of bombs on their FOB. We do have some enemy vehicles coming through here. But we want to actually probably get some, we'll bring some tanks in here actually, just in case. We want to save the Hinds because we might need them to shoot their missile out of command tank, because let me tell you, the second a command tank, an enemy command vehicle, captures an air corridor, there is going to be like 50 British planes coming over here, and we do not want that in the slightest, so we are going to have to do our best to stop that. Now, it looks like we might have stopped the initial push. There's still going to be, I think we're going to see some enemy troops trying to sneak around here. Get in some areas. Probably just drop some bombs here on this town until we see what's up. Now, we're probably not going to be able to take out 2,000 points of units because I doubt the enemy even started with 2,000 points of units. We're going to have to kill all their command vehicles. So, looks like I'm not sure where all their command vehicles are. We're gonna have to investigate. So we'll have to bring the recon helicopters around until we figure out where they are. Now we do have plenty of T-72s. The T-72As are not nearly as good as the T-72 BIs, but we have more of them, so we can use them to kind of see what is up, so to speak, and figure out where to chase these guys to. Get some more missiles here for my Hind. So it looks like there's actually quite a few enemy vehicles over here. So they're trying to sneak over here and deploy a command vehicle. We'll get our recon chopper over here so our SU-25 can fly around, shoot missiles at them. Now, the reason it tends to stay on station so long is that it actually, all of its missiles are not fire and forget. They are command line of sight, so it can only fire one missile at a time, which means that it needs to stay there a long time to shoot all the missiles. But on the upside, it means that it kind of denies an area to the enemy for a long period of time. The A-10 Thunderbolt 2 has fire and forget missiles, and it tends to, for lack of a better term, simply just blow its load and then leave after like 30 seconds, because it just goes and just shoots missiles everywhere, and it tends just to not do that much actually. So it looks like there's more vehicles here. We'll call in our SU-25. This SU-25 shooting at these troops with its gun. This is the one thing, the SU-25. Overall, it's probably better than the A-10. But it doesn't have a very good gun. The gun on the A-10 is better. So we'll call in our other one here. This SU-25 just shoots these guys. So we'll drive up this hill with the T-72. Make sure there's nothing left here. Get this MiG over here. Chase these guys down. I'm trying to be a little hesitant here with my recon chopper, because infantry can actually shoot it down pretty fast if it gets close enough to them. So I'm trying to avoid them. Actually, realistically, I think most of these ATGMs could probably hit a helicopter if the helicopter stood still and was close enough. But in this game, ATGMs cannot attack helicopters. So now we just have to figure out, looks like somehow I got their command tank, didn't see what happened, didn't lose anything, so thanks British 5th Airborne or whatever for landing there and allowing me to regain some morale. So they were destroyed because they have nowhere to retreat to. My morale up here goes up to 7, so that means this is now actually more of a mainline combat unit that I'll be able to use. Then we have the my Marine Regiment is going to have to fight this 3rd Commando Brigade. You see there though, because they actually have higher morale than me, we might not be able to win this turn, or obviously at all. It's because we are going to have to kill quite a few Brits for this to work out. Now, one thing we do have in our favor is we do have the sort of East German version of the Hind attack helicopter. So we can use that. Unfortunately, what we don't have is any ATGM teams, which is going to make things actually kind of difficult for us. We also don't have any very good tanks. So we are going to have to do our best with that. We just don't really have that much super great stuff in general with this deck, so we're gonna have to do our best. Now we do have a couple Conquerors carriers here, so we can use these to sort of hold off the enemy a bit. Also, I think though probably what we want to do, even though we don't really even have that many Marines, is we want to just get as many Marines as we can into the city, and that's going to make it kind of difficult for them to get through and attack me. And then beyond that, we're going to try and use mostly helicopters, because those are pretty useful. The AI doesn't really seem to have good ways of dealing with them, so we should maybe be okay. Now, we don't really have to keep this unit, like, we don't really have to worry that much about conserving our forces, because once we take Stockholm, we're probably just going to leave these guys over here, so they can just chill out, so we don't really have to, like, worry about super conserving all of our forces here. We should be okay. So Cubs are the sort of export version of the Buck. They are pretty decent. They're not super great. I'm just putting them basically all by the base so that we'll have a little flak screen, a little missile screen for long range AA, because this is a pretty small map. And then we'll get some Strelas ready to move forward. Again, the kind of problem with the sort of supporting factions for Pact is they basically, everything they have is like something that normal Pact units have, but worse. They don't really have anything like super better. Sometimes they have stuff that's cheaper, but it's generally never better, unfortunately. And we might as well, we'll just get some reserve shoots in. Throw them up this road. It's not really going to make a super big difference. And that's probably... Should get some logistics trucks ready, because we're going to need them. But other than that, yeah, I think most of it is going to have to be helicopters. I'm not actually sure if the enemy has any good helicopters that they can use. Or any good planes that they're going to use to shoot down our helicopters, or if they have good AA, but hopefully they don't. But we will find out. So let's launch, get these guys up here, get these guys up this road here. Now, one thing somebody said is that it's kind of weird in this game because it seems like there's like no kills for the first like half of a map, and then all of a sudden like all of the kills happen at once. That's kind of true, but it has less to do with what I'm doing and more with the AI. The AI tends to be very conservative at the beginning, but I think once it realizes that like, oh crap, I need more kills, or the time's going to run out, it just kind of starts throwing stuff at you. It doesn't, it kind of starts playing like pretty dumb. Another thing that'll cause the AI to kind of be dumb is if you stir the hornet's nest enough, they'll tend to do stupid things, because they get kind of like mad or something. So we'll basically just unload those guys here. We'll get these guys in these buildings. Really, we mostly just want to avoid enemy troops just being able to drive in here. But we're pretty much mainly going to be using helicopters because get those guys in those houses here. Well, I guess I should have brought another command vehicle here. We'll bring a T-72 so we don't get like instantly murdered here. So we see some enemy vehicles over here. We actually see some tow helicopters here that I kind of want to drop bombs on, but I'm pretty sure I'll get shot down. But anyway, I'll go over here with these helicopters. Got the recon helicopter here, and we will see, what is that? Oh, get the Strela back in these woods. Get these vehicles over here. Oh, shoot, we have another. Let's look at these Motostrelki. And these buildings. Get rid of these trucks. So it looks like, got some tornadoes coming in. I think they shot down one of my, oh no, they didn't. Okay. So the enemy called in some planes to mess with my stuff, but ain't nobody messes with the East Germans. Well, I guess those guys mess with them. Whoa, that's a lot of planes. Sweet Jiminy crab cakes. So the Cubs, Cubs are going crazy, trying to shoot down like everybody and their frickin' brother here. Wow, this is a lot of planes. I'm not actually sure who is winning. Looks like they have shot down quite a few of my planes. I should probably evac these ones. Should probably get a cub. I should probably move some more cubs over here. Looks like this is where a lot of the fighting is. Wow. That was a lot of planes. Looks like we came out pretty similar, though. My Strella's already out of missiles. So it looks like the enemy is moving in here. We should get the Conquerors teams up here. Drop bombs on these guys. Drop lots of bombs. Get the helicopters over here. Oh, it looks like actually all my helicopters died. So dropping lots of bombs here. Trying to take these guys out. Gotta call in more MiGs. This is pretty fearsome. So many guys. Gonna call in some, get some logistics here for the Strela team, so they actually have a chance of doing something useful. And, yeah, I guess I'll call in some more infantry and helicopters. Basically, all of those helicopters died. But what are you going to do about it? I'm going to drop some bombs on all these guys. The enemy doesn't have super good AA, so at least it looks like my troops will be able to get through to drop the bombs, although they might not survive the attempt. So we'll get another group of guys in there. Surprised my Conquerors can't actually hit anything. My Strela might be able to hit something, gets a little closer. We'll bring another Strela in here, actually. These are the pretty crappy Strelas. They aren't the cool, normal packed Strelas. So the enemy is actually being pretty fearsome here. The unfortunate thing is the motor chutes can cost so much because they come in the armored vehicles. I don't really want to just throw the armored vehicles at them, but I think I might have to. So we get got the helicopter here. We can shoot some rockets. Uh-oh, not Strela teams, or blowpipe teams. Damn it. Leave me alone, blowtypes. So, oh man. These Germans are on the frickin' ball. Or, these British. So we're just gonna have to drop some more bombs on them. Kind of hope for the best. And call in some more infantry. And basically hope we don't get overrun here. We're doing pretty good on points. So we're just gonna have to yeah, we'll drop the bomb right there. We got lots of ATGMs coming in. Drop a bomb on them. I think the enemy is kind of running a little bit low on air defense, on interceptors, because my God damn this artillery. Because my guys have shot so many of them down, my cubs. So we're just gonna have to keep doing that here. We'll drop some bombs on these Royal Marines. They're probably gonna go into these houses. That's my theory. So if I drop bombs in these houses, they'll probably get messed up. Calling some more motor chutes in. Looks like, yep, the enemy's going in those houses. Blam! Take that, Royal Marines. Just look like this helicopter is out of missiles. We should get some supply vehicles over here. Unload these guys. Get this transports out of there. Oh my god, this artillery. I think they must have some sort of... I'm kind of afraid to send my planes over there because I have no idea what kind of air defense they have. So they'll just die like dogs if I do that. Dropping some bombs on these Royal Marines. Get out of there, you. I guess I'll drop some more bombs on these Centurions. Drop some bombs on this little outpost here. Got more infantry running up here. Get their transports out of the way. These Brits are very angry. Get another helicopter here. I think we're gonna win, but the problem is this unit is going to be pretty badly mangled. They might not be that useful for anything after this because they lost a lot of their stuff. We need to get into... oh god, this artillery. So kill those Royal Marines. Need to drop a good bomb on those guys. Also get a bomb. Why can't my Conqueror shoot this tank? Maybe my Conqueror should go down here. Yeah, there we go. Bombs on those guys. Wow, that's a lot of trucks, but they're only worth 1 point each. They're not really worth worrying too much about. There we go. So we see that there. Then we can get my helicopters here. Chasing these guys off. And we actually managed to win there. Didn't get a total victory. It was only a major. But it might... nope, it's going to carry on tomorrow. But our morale's now at 8. Theirs went down by quite a bit. So we should be doing pretty good tomorrow. Since they lost, I think, most of their planes. Here we have two sort of not that good of strength units. They're going to fight it out. So hopefully we take the lead here.